As promised earlier, the painting is now in position, and artist Paul Benny is ready to reveal it to me and a group of friends from the cathedral who've come in for a sneak preview. This picture here it's in a completely different league, isn't it? It's incredible. So I'm for the first time ever, I think I'm lost for words because it is such an incredibly compelling picture. Paul, what's it called?
It's called Speaking in Tongues. I suddenly discovered that there are many stories, not only in the Bible, but in other sacred texts, that have fire as a representation of the Spirit, as in the Holy Spirit.
But the man there touching the shoulder of the man with...
Sheila, what was your first reaction when you saw this? How did it make you feel?
Honestly, when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I didn't kind of get into it at first. It's taken me quite a few minutes of standing and looking and listening and thinking. And then suddenly I was in there and I was with those people and I wanted to know more about what was going on.
I like the fact that you've used contemporary figures to represent the apostles. Why did you do that and who are they?
It's just my mates. It occurred to me that the painters of historical scenes or biblical scenes in the Renaissance until recently have or will have always used their friends as models.
It's very interesting to see the way that you've used this sort of reflective resin effect. What were you hoping to create with that?
Well, it's a technique I've used over the last year or two, and I've got more and more extravagant, and this is the most ambitious piece I've tried.
You can literally see yourself in there, can't you?
That's right, and that's a bit of a shock to start with because you think, oh, shall I stand somewhere else where I can't see me? And then you realise that that is the sole purpose of it, that you're supposed to see you within that group.
I like the way the fire seems somewhat separate from them. They're hardly aware that it's there, and I think very often we don't know when God's doing something. We need to pay more attention. But I think, as a woman, I feel that picture actually speaks to everybody, not just men.
It's that moment, that hinge moment, really, of a turning point from perhaps their grief and sorrow and anxiety to suddenly something new is happening.
The eyes, the figures, the faces here are still coming to terms with what's going on. Some of them are quite uncertain about what's happening here, but there's a sense of momentum and energy within the painting, which is deep and very real.
It's bringing our experience today alive and bringing Pentecost alive with us.
This is Rebirth, a contemporary Christian dance group who've been touring the country as part of a national celebration. In a minute, these guys are going to teach me some moves, but before that, we're going to find out about the festival that celebrates Pentecost, the biggest birthday party ever.
Tonight really is the celebration of Pentecost Festival.
7 years ago, Andy Frost set up the festival to put Pentecost back on the map, and today churches across the UK are hosting parties to mark the birthday of the church. Andy, what do you mean when you say the church? What is the church?
Well, the catchphrase for the Pentecost Festival has always been the church has left the building. That the church isn't actually the building, the church is me and you. And I hope that actually as we celebrate Pentecost, as we leave our buildings behind, people begin to see the church is about me and you, people, ordinary people, doing extraordinary things because God has done something in our lives. And it's about celebrating the Spirit of God and working our lives as the people of God, as His church.
I think it's really important for people to understand where the roots of their faith come from, and for people to get involved in today's culture, for them to understand the history of their church and to understand how important it is that Jesus is in their daily lives is really important.
Anyone can be part of it, whether you're a dancer, a singer, a comedian, an actor, actress, anyone can take part, which is great news.
And that's just what dance group Rebirth are preparing to do. So D7, how do you actually tell the story of Pentecost through dance?
Basically, we keep it to the biblical story of it and the day of Pentecost and everything represents and how, I guess, God's Spirit came down. And it's enabled people to do extraordinary things. And we want to show that in a very dance element way and kind of show the strength and the skill that we all have.
It's very diverse. I'm from Canada myself, one of the dancers here from America, and yeah, we're all from everywhere.
You are creating a story through dance. What's the difference, particularly with this story?
Everyone loves to dance. That's the main thing about dancing, is that it's fun. But the fact that we get to dance for God and that there's a message behind what we do, I think it makes it so much more rewarding to ourselves and as a group.
All right then, D7, I'm in your capable hands. I need you to teach me a little move so I can feel as if I'm part of your dance troupe.
All right, cool. So, I'm just going to go down. 5, 6, 7, and ha, ha, boom. Yeah.
Like it.
Holy Spirit,